Hey Craftsman crew, happy Valentine's Day. Got my pink shirt on here to celebrate Valentine's. And before any of you manly men chime in about the pink, let me leave you with this. Pink is just white and red. It's colors. And it's the colors of a polar bear with blood on it. And a polar bear is the largest apex predator on land. So there's that. This one's going to be the Valentines Special. It's going to be a little different. This one's going to be all about love, and it's going out to my darling wife Annette. We will be married in June, 25 years. And don't know what's made her stay with me this long. I haven't given her much reason to, but I guess she's an old-fashioned stand-by-your-man kind of woman. But, darling, I love you more than I could ever show you. And I'm quite proud to say in this day and age that Annette is the only woman I've ever been with. I found the right one first, and she makes me so happy, and I literally could not live without her. She's my whole world. Now, on to the content of the day. Today I'm going to be telling a bit of the story of how Annette and I fell in love, and for the most part of that, it's going to be in the form of a song I wrote for Annette many moons ago. So I'm going to be looking down at a paper here and not always having eye contact with the camera, so forgive me for that. Because like I said, I wrote it a long time ago, so I'm going to have to look down to refresh my memory at times. So anyway, bear with me as I do that, please. And I'll get to it here in just a few minutes, but just a little bit of background information here. The weekend of July 1st, leading into July 1st in 1995, when you used to be able to still camp on Lewis Head Beach, Annette and I while I was about to turn 19 in August, or 20 in August, sorry, and Annette had just turned 24. Yes, people, she's robbing the cradle. We were getting to the ages where we didn't always go to the camping with our parents anymore. I mean, we were adults for all intents and purposes, and doing our own things at times. But anyway, something told me to go this weekend, and I found out afterwards that Annette had kind of the same reaction. So for all you believers in that out there, I guess some people would say it was fate. But anyway, I'm never so glad that I ever decided to do something in my life, because it changed my life forever. So anyway, I'm going to get on with the poem here in just a moment. And I know it's like most other love stories. It's quite cheesy at times, but it is what it is. I wrote it for her, and like I said, I'm going to recite it as a poem because I wrote it to the tune of a popular song that would be copyrighted, and so to avoid any of that stuff, I'm just going to read it as a poem. But anyway, the lyrics are the most important part to Annette and I anyway, so. But yeah, without further ado, here we go. The title of the song as I wrote it is The Story of Love. And here it is. Now this is the story of me and Annette and how we came to be. It was on Lewis Head Beach where we used to camp with both of our families. The weekend started slow. There was nothing to show. The feelings we had for each other. That Friday we sang by the campfire all night. Just me and her and my brother. When we finally went to bed, the moon had fled and gave way to the sun. Staying up all night to watch the sun rise is always lots of fun. As I woke the next day, I heard my parents say how much they enjoyed the fine weather. As the day went by, Annette and I spent more and more time together. Several times we walked the beach in our bare feet, and my, how we did talk. One time at the end, we got tired, so then we sat down to rest on a rock. She asked me if I could remember the time that we had our picture taken there. That was when my cousin had her heart and mine was in despair. When the night finally fell, we were tired as hell, so we went to bed on the 9th hour. The next morning when I rose, I felt dirty in my clothes, so I had to go home for a shower. When she wanted to go, I couldn't say no, for my heart had started to flutter. I wanted to tell her just how I felt, but the words I just couldn't mutter. Later on that night, my friend took flight, and after supper he still wasn't showing. We said we'd walk the beach to look, but we both knew where we were going. We got up to the rock, and we sat down to talk. As night grew on, it got colder. I gave her my coat, but that wasn't enough, so I proceeded to hold her. We were both nervous as she leaned for a kiss, but at the time, we knew it was right. You may find it boring, but that is the story, and I will never forget that night. I love you, darling. That one's for you. Happy Valentine's Day. I know, pretty corny, and my delivery was probably kind of dry, and I started and stopped the video there a few times because I kept on jumbling up where I was into it. Like I said, it's been a long time since I wrote that and even read it. But anyway, I got through it, and it's pouring out of my love for my wife, so how could it be wrong? Now, just to add some more to the story, as you can tell from that poem/song, Lewis Head Beach meant a lot to Annette and I, and then when it came time to propose, I took her back to Lewis Head Beach and walked her down onto the beach and done the whole get down on one knee thing, and surprised her with the engagement ring. And so anyway, of course she said yes, but then afterwards she said, you know, you're going to have to ask Dad for his hand in marriage. And I said yes, of course, but I wanted to ask you first to see if you'd say yes. So anyway, she did. So later on, we drove back down to Port LaBear, where she's from, and so I sat down at Annette went in the living room with her mother, and I went out, sat down at the kitchen table across from her father, Butch, and I looked him in the eye and said, Butch, I got a serious question to ask you. And he said, oh yeah, what's that, bub? So I said, I've got to ask for your daughter's hand in marriage. And he snapped right to attention. He said, what? And he said, well, will you treat her right? And I said, yes, of course. And he said, well, then you got my blessing, bub. And then he looked in the room at Marlene. He said, "Mom," he always called her Mom. He said, "Mom, get out the vodka." He said, "Chester just asked for Annette's hand in marriage. We gotta have a drink to celebrate." So anyway, that was it. We had a couple little drinks and laughed and talked and enjoyed the evening. But anyway, yeah, so that's pretty much the whole story of how Annette and I met, and not met, we knew each other for years. We were friends long before we had ever got together. And to rewind before that weekend, a couple of weeks before that weekend, and probably what ultimately made me decide to go, my best friend Ernie Morash there is Annette's first cousin. So I was over to his place one evening there, like I say, a couple weeks before that weekend, and he said, "Annette was asking some questions about you here the other day." And I said, "Well, what kind of questions?" And just he said, "No, just wanting to find out more personally about you." And like I say, we were friends for a long time, so she knew a lot about me. So I knew he must have meant maybe in a romantic sense. But anyway, and as far as I knew, Annette and I had never thought of each other in that light. And I thought about it for a second. I said, "Well, I've never thought of Annette that way, but I guess that wouldn't be so bad if she did think of me that way." But anyway, I mean, because I was totally green, and like I said, I'm proud to say that Annette's the one and only girlfriend, date, wife I've ever had, and I'm really proud to say that in this day and age. And so I didn't have a clue what I was doing. I had no what the kids call game. But anyway, yeah, that was it. I hope you enjoyed this kind of different take here on my channel. And I promise the next time I'll get back to more of the funny stuff. But I just kind of wanted to make this all about my wife, where it's Valentine's Day. But I hope there are people out there that can enjoy the story and the poem. And I just want to say again, honey, I love you so much, and happy Valentine's Day 2022. And to all you Craftsman crew out there, and other viewers, and viewers that aren't subscribed, I appreciate you too. But if you want to hit that subscribe button, I'd really appreciate it, and become a member of the Craftsman crew. So anyway, Craftsman out for now. Have a nice Valentine's Day. Craftsman out. Double H Craftsman here. If you like this video, please remember to like and share with all your family and friends. And if you'd like to become a member of the Craftsman crew, it's very simple. Just hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost a cent. Craftsman out. Have a nice day.